Hello everyone, this is Rafi Chowdhury, and this is my interview or my questionnaires for Fresh 20. I'm going to keep this video really short because it's really hard to upload long videos. Anyway, here we go. Question number 1. What's your favorite marketing campaign and why? Now that would be, for me, that would be guest posting, right? If you want to post on a big, large website like Forbes, TechCrunch, Technorati, CNN, BuzzFeed, whatever you want to call, whichever one you want to name, you can't just reach out to these websites and ask, hey bro, I want to make a guest post. You're going to have to use some sort of a creative strategy to increase your conversion rates, right? To increase the chances they're going to accept your guest post. So what you do is, what I like to do is become friends with all the people that already contribute to these large websites. And I become their friend. So I find their information from data.com or something like that, and I add them on Facebook, Twitter, follow them on Twitter, email them. And at some point I email them and I say that, hey, my name is Rafi, I'm also a blogger, I love reading your posts on so-and-so, would you mind, or I love reading your last post, and it has a lot of good information on it, but you left off this one little part. So then what's going to happen is, chances are they'll probably reply back to you and say, hey, yeah, that's really cool that you mentioned that, thanks for mentioning it, and yeah, I should have maybe talked a little bit more about that. Okay, a few days later when they publish another post, you reach out to them again and say, hey, another great post you wrote, very excellent, I enjoyed reading it, but you left off this one little thing. And instead of bothering each time, this time, how about I just actually take this part that you left off and I elaborate a little bit more on it, and I create a post of my own. And maybe you can introduce me to the editor of this website, so I can maybe, my post can be considered as maybe a guest post for the next session. So what's going to happen is, when you do this with enough people, enough of the contributors, you're going to increase your conversion rates by about 20%. There's going to be, again, depending on how many of these contributors you reach out to. So if you reach out to, let's say, 50 of them, you should start to see some results, and you will soon start seeing some of your guest posts being accepted in some of these sites. Okay, next question. All-time favorite movie, Catch Me If You Can by Leonardo DiCaprio. Why? Because there's some really good psychology and marketing skills that you can apply anywhere. Favorite food memory, I'm really not picky at all with food, so that would have to be Taco Bell chicken quesadillas, or Arby's roast cheddar beef sandwiches. Those are really good. What am I most proud of in my life? Well, that would definitely be, I look at success as where you started. From where you started, how far did you get, right? So I started overseas. I wasn't even born here. I came to the U.S., then I started my education. I went through, high school, college, and throughout that time, I worked the entire time. I started working when I was 14 years old, and I taught chess, and I did freelance chess coaching, and little things here and there on the side. And I've always been able to provide some sort of value for with everyone that I've worked with. So that's definitely what I'm most proud of. And many times I could have gotten distracted, but I never did. So that's really important. What's the social media stuff all about? Social media is basically a way for people to connect with each other more efficiently, right? So right now you have all these platforms, and again, the idea is for the right message to reach the right people, and for like-minded people to connect with each other. And again, it's great. It's a really good way for people to talk to people that you can never usually talk to otherwise, right? And businesses are also starting to use social media. That's great. That's excellent. As long as, again, the right message reaches the right people, it is excellent. Now, social media is not good when the wrong message starts to reach the wrong people, and that's when it can become very spammy. If you have a free day, what would you do? Money's not an issue. I would spend that day making people happy, right? The people that are not happy right now, there might be homeless people out there, right? There could be people that are suffering from depression or drug abuse, things like that, or people that are maybe very successful, but they're not happy. Happiness and success don't really, are not exactly correlated with each other, as I like to think about it. So I would basically spend my entire day finding these people and doing something for them that's going to put a smile on their face for that day. That's what would make me happiest, I think, is seeing someone else happy. So that's how I would spend it. Again, thank you guys so much for allowing me to talk to you guys. I look forward to finding out a little bit more about what you guys are doing, and hopefully working with you guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.